On International Workers' Day in Cuba, a young American is the center of attention. Chris Smalls is the man who brought Amazon, the global e-commerce giant, to its knees. He has been invited to the podium by the Cuban government. It's a thumbing of the nose at the American neoliberal model.
Español un poquito. Today, while we have this opportunity of all the countries in the world, I need your help. We need your help in bringing Amazon to the table. Amazon is in all of your countries and very anti-union. We all have to fight against Amazon, this trillion-dollar company, and forcing them to get a contract to protect workers. Thank you.
To understand the battle being waged by Chris Smalls and the Amazon workers, we need to go back to New York a year ago. In 2022, Chris Smalls organized a movement in the warehouse where he sorts parcels to demand the creation of a trade union. Despite Amazon's reluctance, and after months of legal wrangling, the verdict was in.
To the first union in American history.
ALU, the first Amazon trade union organization in the United States, was officially created.
Things have changed. We gonna unionize. We're not gonna quit our jobs anymore. And this is a prime example of what the power that people have when they come together.
America loves a hero. With this unexpected victory, Chris Smalls became, in the space of a few weeks, the representative of a new working class that was upsetting the powerful. Received at the White House, he even hugged the American president, wearing a jacket with an unmistakable message: "Eat the rich."
We're not so used, to see a union leader with, this style, this car.
And I had this style my whole entire life, and the car is nothing. I mean, I had this car working at Amazon, As an Amazon worker, I had BMWs, my first car. You can't drive yourself crazy, I mean, Amazon is going to be Amazon every day. And if you don't have time to recuperate mentally, organizing will destroy you.
Chris grew up in New Jersey, opposite New York. A father of three, he had a number of jobs before joining Amazon as a warehouse worker.
No, I didn't have no union background for organizing, or I wasn't involved in any type of, organizing against Amazon prior to COVID. People were dying every 15 minutes, and we got thousands of people that come to that building every day. And when they told me not to tell them that somebody was in the building positive, I couldn't stand with that. So I took a stance. It cost me my job, but, I don't regret it, and I would do it again. 1 out of every 4 Americans is going to work for this company in the next few years. People think this job is okay. But for those who've been there 3, 4 years, that's been injured, that's been treated like shit, those are the ones that, have no voice unless they have a union.
1.5 million Americans work for Amazon, the second largest employer in the United States. So Chris Smalls' fight inevitably resonates beyond New York. On the other side of the country, Ivan Bays has decided to follow suit.
You will only build from there. You will not lose anything. Sign authorization card today. Join a union. I got flyers, information. In California, any employer with 50 or more employees must have benefits. So no matter what, you cannot lose benefits. Amazon has how many?
Ivan Bays embarked on a mission that would have been unimaginable just a few months ago, to collect the signatures needed to set up a trade union organization in an Amazon warehouse in California.
They're scared of you. Don't be scared of them. It's the law. You can join a union.
What you paying me now?
I'm not paying you anything. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about anything. They don't care about their pay. They don't care about shit. So it's not, you know.
Did you sign?
Oh, no. There are a lot of really great benefits here.
So why are they doing this?
Well, this is what they're paid to do. They're paid to try to unionize this building, so...
Did you sign?
No.
You will not sign?
No, I did not sign.
Okay.
Why is it not for you? I think Amazon already is a good place to work. It's just not for me. And I think the union will cause more problems than fix them. That's just me.
According to American law, in order to organize a union election within a company, Ivan has to obtain the agreement of 30% of the employees, equivalent to thousands of signatures for this warehouse. Today, he won't get any. Nothing. Zilch. Ivan is a child of Moreno Valley. His parents, originally from Mexico, came here 40 years ago in search of a better income. Over the years, Ivan has seen warehouses spring up in this vast desert wasteland in South California. This is where a large proportion of goods from Asia are stored before being redistributed throughout the country. One of Amazon's lungs.
So right now, we're in the industrial area of Paris, I guess you could call it, where there's like a lot of warehouses, and that's ONT6 over there. This is ONT8. There's another warehouse down the street to the right. There's another one over that way. There's the airport right behind us that has Amazon like air, where people like the airplanes land and, you know, they drop off the cargo there. It is definitely like Amazon City.
When he raised the idea of a union with his colleagues several weeks ago, Ivan was laid off. Thinking it was getting rid of a troublesome employee, Amazon missed its mark, giving birth to a militant more determined than ever.
It's funny because like for a long time I was this kind of person who would just stay home all day and do nothing and not care. But then I don't know, I just kind of realized that you can't do that. You got to keep fighting. That's the only thing you have is to fight.
Two hours from Los Angeles, California resembles a commuter state where daily life leaves little room for socializing. Here, Americans do one job after another to survive and pay their bills. Most are invisible, working for a handful of multinationals whose profits know no bounds. This morning, Ivan is meeting up with some former colleagues. They've arranged to meet in the back room of this fast food restaurant. A discreet meeting to set up the first Amazon union in California.
So, I just want to say thank you guys for coming. I appreciate that you guys are able to get over here because, you know, it is stressful, you know, trying to unionize our facility. So we come up with ideas. They might not work out. We'll try them. And it's basically we're learning off of trying. And then we're realizing...
In Amazon's warehouses, everything is done to keep employee interaction to a minimum.
And we're actually learning as we go.
Every break is timed. Nanette has had to earn the trust of this handful of workers little by little, in front of the coffee machine or during a trip to the toilet.
We know each other. We have the same kind of lives. We know the traumas that each other go through, you know? Not being able to pay bills, needing more money for your kids because they're about to go to college. We know how that feels. But you get Amazon executives that decide how much we get paid. Do they know how we feel? No, they don't walk in our shoes.
Yeah, no, they don't have.
They don't care. And that's what we need to make our coworkers realize is they're different from us. They don't care about us because they don't live like us.
They don't care. They don't give a shit. But see this part of town, like a lot of them don't see the hood, the ghetto,
We would only be getting $20 an hour. I mean, that's just ridiculous. To be there that long, almost a fucking decade, and only getting paid $20.
You can start at Wayfair tomorrow and get $19.50.
Nanette. She motivated me to want to do it. To see better medical, better benefits, and for like mothers, we really need time off with our kids to provide like childcare and just those different things. You know, so that's what motivates me to want to unionize.
Once I found out that they were trying to start a union here, I jumped on board because I see the way that they treat us like robots. Maybe I'll take some for and take advantage of us.
When you talk to any of your coworkers, you tell them that we're fighting for and we're demanding $30 an hour. And that's what we want. And we want seniority to count for something there because right now there's no such thing as seniority there.
I just think it's fun. You know, they're very... They're just down, you know? They're really down with the fight and like doing what they have to do. And I think it's great. I think it's cool. People are realizing something's got to change. I can't wait for the day that it does happen because it will happen. I have no doubt it will. When? I'm not too sure. Maybe, you know, in a couple months. But it will happen.
They don't let us decide for them.
For Nanette, Ivan, and the Amazon City employees, everything remains to be done. They must continue collecting signatures discreetly inside the warehouse without attracting managers' attention, because Amazon has admitted that unions are a threat that must be eradicated.
Everybody has your email.
San Francisco, cradle of the multinationals of the new economy, and symbol of a triumphant, ultra-liberal model. One of the most expensive cities in the country, the California of the successful, with profit as its absolute value.
One Market Street is the San Francisco headquarters of Morgan Lewis law firm, somewhere up in that tower. Morgan Lewis is one of the biggest law firms in the United States that specializes in fighting unions, helping corporations like Amazon keep unions out. It's a very lucrative business. Amazon has easily paid Morgan Lewis millions of dollars, more likely tens of millions of dollars, in all of its efforts to keep unions out of Amazon warehouses.
John Logan is a researcher at UC Berkeley. For over 30 years, he has been analyzing anti-union strategies in the United States.
American employers generally, particularly companies like Amazon, are just absolutely ideologically opposed to unions in any form in their business. They think that unions are just bad for business and no one is going to convince them otherwise. So low wages, algorithmic management, expendable workers, and workers who have no independent voice. This is Amazon's vision of the future of work.
We contacted Amazon several times. The company politely declined any filmed interviews. Amazon prefers to develop its strategies in the shadows. Sources are rare, like this leaked internal video.
Our business model is built upon speed, innovation, and customer obsession, things that are generally not associated with unions. When we lose sight...
This is sort of like training every part of management to be the sort of eyes and ears of the anti-union team so that they can immediately alert the company to any sort of early warning signs of union activity.
Some signs are less obvious than finding the actual union flyer, but they can still indicate associate disengagement, which is itself a warning sign for potential organizing. Examples include associates who normally aren't connected to each other suddenly hanging out together, associates who were close suddenly stop speaking to each other, groups of associates scatter when approached by management, or any other associate behavior that is out of character. For example, an associate who normally leaves promptly begins hanging out in the break room for an hour after work each day. If you see warning signs of potential organizing, notify your building HRM and GM site leader immediately.
Amazon obviously has almost unlimited money with which to fight unions, and they have the stomach for a fight. They're prepared to do what's necessary, lawful or unlawful, in order to crush union campaigns.
While Amazon's management is investing tens of millions of dollars to defeat the great unionist threat, the pioneers of the fight against the American giant are the special guests of the Cuban government. Joining Chris Smalls are Ivan from California and Mary Hill from North Carolina, also an Amazon employee. This is the very first time she has traveled outside the United States. This 1st of May, on International Workers' Day, Havana has invited hundreds of trade union representatives from all over the world. An international summit to rethink the fight against capitalism and American imperialism.
No, I don't have a place to put it. I got one right here. Chris is up there. That's what's impressive. And look at that. ALU in the house. Yay. Because Chris really represents all of us.
I went to the White House. I met with President Biden. After that conversation that lasted about 10 to 15 minutes, I felt like there was nothing going to happen, and we can only rely on ourselves, the people, the working class, the 99.9% of us. So understand that our struggles are related. Our struggles are the same. When we fight back, we win. Every damn time. Power to the people.
At the annual May Day Mass, Chris Smalls the American is an unexpected prize for the Cuban government. The president is on his feet. As for the Amazon workers, they are discovering the symbols of a political culture they knew nothing about.
More motivated than ever, and I'm really happy that I was a part of this. This is powerful, so you know we got to take that same energy and keep that same energy when we go back home.
You can say hello to Venezuela, 1 million years.
Yeah. Hola, Venezuela. Chris Smalls, the president of the Amazon Labor Union, and stand in solidarity with you forever. Solidarity. Thank you.
Nos llena de mucha alegría, de mucha felicidad saber que desde las entrañas del monstruo, desde las entrañas de Estados Unidos, sus trabajadores, su juventud adquiera hoy mayor conciencia de la lucha que tienen que dar por la justicia en Estados Unidos, pero también de la solidaridad con los pueblos del mundo.
Is it okay if I ask you like message for the workers from Amazon Ireland?
Yeah, sure.
Muchas gracias. All the best, Mama. Thank you.
I'm gonna send it to Ria.
Oh, yeah, that's
In Cuba, Chris Smalls became the 2.0 figure of the anti-capitalist struggle.
No, de nada, de nada. Yeah, Brazil, I'm coming. I see you in Brazil.
Chris and the Amazon workers visited Cuba for a fortnight. They met workers and trade unionists from the island. It was a journey of initiation organized by the Cuban government.
People had the bag stigma on Cuba, and I'm like, well, come see it for yourself.
Exactly.
You can only learn by experiencing yourself.
Come see firsthand.
And see firsthand, you will never understand the struggle.
I was so glad to get to see the Cuban life firsthand.
Yeah.
To see how resilient they are, man, how proud they are.
You have to. You have to.
And the fortitude that they've got.
You got some Cuba Libre?
Cuba Libre. Invéntale un Cuba Libre.
Cuba Libre?
No. Cerveza, granizado, rosita. Beer.
Oh, beer? Okay. No problemo. Gracias, though. Buenas noches. Yeah, I can't drink beer.
On the last day of the trip, it was in this hotel in the center of Havana that the next stage of the fight against Amazon was being organized. Chris Smalls wants to extend the union movement to the whole of the United States.
Mr. Smalls, join the party. Come on, man. Where's the pink shades? Come on, dude. I tell them all the time, they're icons to me. They're like the Prince or the Michael Jackson of organizing. You know, they led the way. They showed us how to.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's badass what you guys did, better said. I mean, like, the fact that David and Goliath, I think is an inadequate metaphor almost. It's like David versus something even bigger than that. It's just...
Amazon doesn't want to lose again. So knowing that y'all already are a threat, now you got to keep your foot on the gas, because as soon as you let up, they going to win. Amazon's 24/7. We as organizers, we got to do the same thing, be 24/7, no matter whether it's North Carolina, California. We have to fight for everything that we're asking for, period. Nobody's going to give us shit. Nobody's going to give us nothing. So just understand when y'all go back, somebody got to sacrifice. A leader's going to lead, and that's going to activate the other activists. It's chess, and that's it. And it's over. This is the first time I've seen something like this.
Where did the storm come from?
Two months have passed since the Havana summit. Mary is still working at Amazon. At the age of 70, she sorts parcels full-time for $20 an hour. A wage that in the United States is barely enough to live on decently.
I just picked up 10 years June the 4th. I was using crack cocaine. Thank God I don't live like that no more. I don't have to. I used to be homeless, destitute, just broken on the streets. The first sober living house I lived in was right there, that gray one with the big porch. Back in the ghetto. See what I'm saying? Yep. This is the hood. Eat alone, hey, eat alone. Hey, Elo.
Good to see you.
God, it's good to see
Wound up like a cuckoo since her return from Havana, Mary has started collecting signatures in her warehouse.
Okay.
She also organizes meetings at home with young colleagues.
I was having problems with my shoulder, right? But it wasn't a torn rotator cuff or anything. It was just strained from overuse, right? So I'm a human, not a machine. Even machines break down, you gotta fix them.
Right. It's honestly the weirdest workplace that I've ever been in my life.
What do we call RDU5, RDU1? It's a new plantation. We just not picking cotton or chopping tobacco.
Picking orders.
Yeah, we're picking orders, but it's a new plantation.
So I have a question. When you're doing your organizing conversations,
I don't start out talking about organizing, and I never use the word union. That scares people off. And I found out that most people like to talk about themselves. So when they start answering that question, I just sit back and listen. Yeah. And I'm listening for things I can agitate on.
In North Carolina, Mary is preparing a new generation of trade unionists for the battles ahead. In California, things are speeding up. Nanette and Ivan secretly prepare the final details for what promises to be a decisive day.
Like if we're pulling up, like it's just.
All right, right here?
Yeah.
That's good enough. You think we should hit up as many as we can right here on this corner block?
I don't know.
I mean, on this intersection?
I think people will see it from both sides.
Yeah, okay.
People will see it.
All right. It's good? I hope they're not blown back on the floor tomorrow.
It's 9 a.m., the time when almost all warehouse employees meet.
No say or no nothing. You either accept it or go home or you're fired. We got a UPS driver right here. He makes $47 an hour. Could you have done it without your union? He says no. You think he's lying? You think we're paying him? He's paying
He says he couldn't have made the money he makes without his union.
He said, you guys sure?
Ivan and Nanette want to strike a blow. If they get the backing of 30% of employees, Amazon will be legally obliged to organize union elections.
We're trying to unionize so we could get better pay and benefits and stuff like that from Amazon. So that's what we're trying to do right now. So that's it. All it is just a signature and the date, and then just an email or a phone number, and that's it. Hey. Hi. Hi. Oh, yeah.
I want a better pay, and there's a lot of companies now that pay more than what we get paid. I mean, the job is easy. It's not hard. Anybody can do this job. It's really easy. But 10 hours, 11 hours on our feet, it does hurt, and then it does take a toll in our pockets. $21 is not enough.
We need to support together, right? So, like, I believe like in the group of people make noise, it will work.
The word is out in the warehouse, and signatures are piling up.
Marie Chris.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't really care, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah, okay. Why?
Well, I'm already running late, so I have to go. Thank you.
They're scared. Amazon paid a lot of millions and millions to have their firm come in and make us go to their, they called it informational classes, where they scared us as in saying that we could lose all our benefits, be careful who gets your information. So they put millions of dollars into scaring us.
The unrest around the warehouse in recent months has not gone unnoticed. Amazon has retaliated by deploying agents trained in union busting. They blend into the mass of employees, wear identical badges, and operate with complete discretion.
These consultants, they come from different backgrounds, from labor relations backgrounds, from HR backgrounds, from intelligence services, from military intelligence, sometimes people with counter-terrorism experts. They meet with workers in groups and individually and tell them all of the reasons that unionization will be bad for the workforce, both collectively and individually. Even the most viciously anti-union firms, the Walmarts, McDonald's, before Amazon, we'd never really come across this before.
After months of mobilization, the big day has arrived for California trade unionists.
We're in LA right now. We're walking up to drop off the authorization cards. Where's that one?
Because you said
Wasn't
Spring,
it?
I was thinking that one.
Oh.
No, but this is Spring Street.
Yeah. Huh.
Ivan was unable to join Nanette. She and her best friend will be handing over her war chest, all the signatures collected over the past year, to the federal body responsible for checking them.
How much signature do you have here?
We just have a lot.
How much?
That I will not give out.
Why?
Because that is something that a lot of people would love to know right now, and especially Amazon. So that is something that we want to keep to ourselves because it's more of a strategic move.
So here is to the future of everyone at ONTA and maybe the rest of the people in California.
Yeah, it's going like this. Remember, put your hand in. Ready? On the count of three, union. 1, 2, 3, union!
Amazon does not disclose its workforce figures, nor is it obliged to do so under US law. It is thus impossible for Nanette to know what the target is in terms of signatures. The battle of numbers will be played out on the premises.
Amazon will fight and fight and fight, and it will never stop fighting against unions. Amazon is too powerful. It has too much money. It's too big. You can't win against Amazon. And even if you win, you end up losing.
For Mary, the hope of a brighter future and meetings with colleagues seem far away. She is starting a new battle against a disease, liver cancer.
I've been through a lot of storms, being derelict, destitute, drugs, you know. And God built me this way for a reason, because I'm a fighter, right? One day I'm gonna be dead and gone. So it's not just about us here and now, it's about future workers all across America. So hopefully it will leave a path for them to follow that will make their working conditions better for them and for other generations to come. Because Amazon will probably be around a long time.
In the LAU offices in New York, the excitement of the early days seems a long way off.
Good morning.
The union is experiencing a wave of resignations. Early activists have jumped ship, criticizing Chris Smalls for his egocentricity and lack of listening skills.
People asking for your presence. Okay? They need to see you. They need to know what's going on. I don't know what your schedule looks like, but they're asking questions. It's questions that we cannot keep answering, you know.
Are they asking just to see me or what? Are they asking?
See you taking part. So, you know, you need to be there. Act more actively when we are out there. So.
Right.
But the thing is, we could also.
While Amazon refuses to engage in any form of dialogue, the powerless New York union is already at the end of its tether. In California, the company has deployed an army of lawyers and is contesting the validity of the signatures collected. Ivan's union will probably never see the light of day. Amazon continues to expand its empire, and in the next few years could become the world's largest private employer.